Vice President J.D. Vance as the tiebreaker. The Senate narrowly passed President Trump's massive tax and spending bill. It now heads back to the House.
Yeah, it's a victory for President Trump, but what does it mean for you? The big, beautiful bill could enact broad changes to the wallets of millions of Americans. Our Nydia Hahn is here to break down the potential impact to your household.
Yeah, we're continuing to watch this very closely. From tax credits to cuts to Medicaid, the impacts of this bill would be huge, including the likely loss of health care coverage for more than 11 million Americans. But there are at least a couple provisions that could put a little money back in some families' wallets.
On this vote, the yeas are 50, the nays are 50. The Senate being evenly divided, the Vice President votes in the affirmative. The bill as amended is passed.
This bill does include an increase to the child tax credit to $2,200. Right now it is at $2,000.
The bill also includes no tax on tips.
That could be up to $25,000 deductions. Overtime pay, of course, is also going to see a deduction where you don't need to pay taxes on the overtime pay.
But if you're in the market for a new electric vehicle, better shop now. The bill would phase out the $7,500 tax credit. And one of the biggest concerns is the bill's impacts on Medicaid. It would add an 80-hour-a-month work reporting requirement for a large group of recipients, including 800,000 low-income Pennsylvanians, ages 19 to 64 years old, who don't have a disability or a child, but qualify for health insurance under the Affordable Care Act via Medicaid.
These requirements ask you to prove that you're a caregiver, or prove that you're working at least 80 hours, or prove that you're in college working part-time.
Consumer advocates say many recipients are already working. The issue is with having to report it to the state, a slow, tedious process bogged down in red tape. They point to Arkansas and Georgia, which implemented similar requirements.
And neither have led to more people working. Instead, they've led to a lot of people losing access to their Medicaid or not being able to enroll in coverage because it's such a nightmare.
Advocates also say the numbers just don't add up.
In the state of Georgia, for example, the cost of that administration was about $9,000 per person, and the cost of the actual health care was $4,000.
Now, the bill also includes sweeping changes to SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, including adding work requirements for some of those recipients. In addition, it cuts $300 billion from federal education programs and slashes funding for the CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. We will continue to follow this very closely as it makes its way through the House once again.
Yeah, Nydia, thank you.